All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a modern digital true crime story that absolutely shook the cybersecurity world to its core. We're going to map out the anatomy of the infamous Target data breach. But listen, this isn't your standard story of a hacker just guessing a password, right? No way. This was a highly sophisticated infiltration that bypassed massive corporate defenses through, honestly, the most unexpected route imaginable. It's a fascinating, almost unbelievable story, and we're going to break down exactly how it happened, step by step. Okay, let's dive into this. Millions. We aren't just talking about a few dozen compromised accounts here. We are talking about millions upon millions of stolen payment cards. I mean, just imagine the sheer scale of that data exfiltration. Picture the absolute panic in the corporate boardroom when they finally realized the magnitude of the breach. This really establishes the incredible stakes of this heist. The financial data of millions of everyday shoppers suddenly in the hands of cybercriminals. It is a staggering reality. Which brings us to the most mind-bending question. How exactly did hackers steal millions of credit cards using a corporate air conditioner? It sounds like the plot of a Hollywood heist movie, right? Think of Ocean's 11, but instead of acrobatics and vault explosives, the criminals used a third-party vendor's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system to pull off an impossible crime. I mean, how does a thermostat even connect to a cash register? Let's figure it out.
Part 1. The HVAC vendor vulnerability.
And this brilliantly illustrates the crazy contrast here. Look, a giant retailer like Target has virtually impenetrable physical defenses. Locked doors, alarms, security guards, loss prevention officers. You could never just waltz in and physically carry out millions of credit cards. But digitally, that's a totally different story. To easily manage their store temperatures remotely, they left a network backdoor wide open for their third-party HVAC supplier. All of that incredible physical security was rendered totally useless by just one unlocked digital window. And this kind of vulnerability happens constantly because of siloed corporate structures, Facilities management just wants an easy way to control the AC, while IT is focused on protecting the main servers, leaving these massive blind spots perfectly exposed. Think of it this way. Say you hire a plumber to fix the pipes in your corporate building. Obviously, you have to give them a key to the boiler room. But because of poor access control, the key you handed them is actually a master key. It doesn't just open the boiler room, it opens the literal vault. In the digital world, that HVAC vendor needed network access to monitor temperatures, sure, but they were essentially handed a master key that gave them a free pass into the most sensitive, restricted areas of the entire corporate network. Part 2. Inside point-of-sale malware. Let's move on and see how this spills, because the hackers didn't actually attack Target directly. Doing that would have triggered the alarms immediately. So step 1, they compromised the much less secure HVAC vendor, stealing their login credentials. Step 2, using those stolen credentials, they walked right through that digital backdoor, entering the main corporate network completely undetected. And then step 3, once inside, they executed a really critical maneuver known as lateral movement. They quietly pivoted away from the climate control systems and made a beeline straight for the checkout registers. Once they reached those checkout registers, they deployed point-of-sale or POS malware. Let's break that down. This is malicious software custom-built to infect computerized cash registers. Its entire purpose, its sole job, is to sit there invisibly and capture unencrypted payment data the exact millisecond a card is swiped or inserted, literally right before the system can encrypt it and send it to the bank. So the crucial point is to think of this malware as a digital card skimmer. You know those physical plastic skimmers criminals glue onto gas station pumps or ATMs? We've all seen warnings about those. Well, this is the exact same concept, but entirely digital and completely invisible. The hackers placed these digital skimmers inside thousands of cash registers simultaneously, all across the entire country. With every single swipe for groceries or clothes, that skimmer copied the card data and quietly beamed it right out to the hackers' servers. Part 3. The devastating fallout. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is how the damage from this breach falls into two distinct, brutal categories. On one side, you have the direct financial costs, hundreds of millions in fines, massive class action settlements with banks and consumers, and just the sheer cost of remediation and investigating the breach itself. But the indirect costs, those were arguably much, much worse. Customer trust evaporated practically overnight, and people were absolutely terrified to shop there during the crucial holiday season. The fallout was so severe it actually led to high-profile executive resignations, including the CEO, sending shockwaves across the entire business world. Part 4. Lessons in access control. So what does this mean for us? Well, to prevent unauthorized lateral movement like the HVAC hack, organizations absolutely must implement strict third-party access controls. First up, strict vetting. You have to ensure a vendor's cybersecurity is as strong as yours before you ever let them connect to your systems. Second, limit access to the absolute essentials. Remember our plumber analogy? Only give them the key to the boiler room, nothing else. Vendors should only have network access to the specific systems they need to do their job. And third, continuous monitoring. You can't just set it and forget it. You have to actively hunt for anomalies on the network. I mean, if a thermostat is suddenly trying to talk to a cash register, that is a massive red flag.
I want to leave you with a vital question to evaluate your own risk. Seriously, think about this. How many third parties hold the keys to your data? Whether you run a massive corporation or a small local business, you probably use external software, maybe marketing agencies, payroll providers, or, yeah, even HVAC vendors. Understanding exactly who holds the keys to your digital doors is the very first step to ensuring a heist like this never ever happens to you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and stay secure out there.